So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, and welcome to this video episode of the Galaxy Express 3 just dropped for the Go phone scene versus the champion, in my opinion, of the Go phone scene, the ZTE Zmax 2. Now, these phones could not be any different. This is a 4.5-inch Samsung budget device, and this is a 5.5-inch phablet device with a 720p HD screen. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Express 3 doesn't even have an HD screen. 8 gigs of storage internal, 16 gigs of storage internal, up to 64 gig, expandable. Some people say that only 32 works, and, this has been the case for some people, but for me, up to 64 worked on there for me. The Galaxy Express 3, 128 on the expandable, but only 8 on the internal, like we say. And 5 megapixel camera on the back here for the Express 3, 8 megapixel with flash here on the Z Max 2. Now, in terms of the size, this is a more of a one-handed device. This is a phablet device. This is a big device here. Now, let's get into a boot up test. We're just basically going to boot these up, and we're going to talk about, speed test, app test, and just show you how they perform together. So let's do this in 3, 2, 1. You can see ZTE and then Express 3. My guess is the Samsung is going to get there. The Samsung has been showing in these previous videos to boot up quite quickly here. Now, the ZTE Zmax 2 is currently $79.99 from the Best Buy that I've seen. This right here, the Samsung Express 3, is $79.99 as well. So this is a pretty, tough one. In terms of, you're looking at this and you're like, well, that's a Samsung, and I don't really know that ZTE company. But guess what? This phone, in my opinion, is just 10 times better than this phone. Yes, this boots up quicker, but the ZTE takes a little bit of a second to get warmed up. But this phone, day in and day out, is quicker than this phone. It has a better camera than this phone. Bigger and better screen, more storage. This is the better phone for $79.99. And if that's all you wanted to know, well then have a great day. But let's get into the speed test. Let that ZTE, like I say, give it a second and warm up. The ZTE takes just a second to warm up here. Let me go ahead and throw on airplane mode so we do not get interrupted here during the video, because this is the phone that I'm using currently. Got the SIM card in there currently. Let's put on that Wi-Fi network there. Let me go in here and let me turn on Wi-Fi. Let's see, there we go. Okay, let's get into this app test real quick. So I did line up these same applications. Make sure everything is closed out on both of these. And you can see no recent apps running. Before we start, this is running Android Marshmallow, and this is running Android Lollipop. So let's go and confirm that real quick, just to show you guys that both of these devices are running different, Android versions, but it doesn't really make a difference. Marshmallow is a refinement on Lollipop. It's not really a drastic overhaul of the operating system itself. But let's go back home and start that app test. Calendar, 3, 2, 1. You can see the Zmax 2. Let's come back out. Calculator. You can see that was about even. Let's go to clock. You can see Zmax 2. Let's go back into contacts. You can see that would have been the ZTE Zmax 2, but that AT&T crap loaded up. So let's go to camera. And you can see the Samsung was quicker on the camera. The camera on the Samsung, it's got the double click, does open pretty quickly, but it's not that great of a camera. Let's go to settings. You can see that was a Samsung. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, that was the Samsung. Let's go into Chrome and Internet Browser over here. And let's just go to Amazon.com on both of these. Amazon.com real quick. And I do want to mention, I mentioned this in the other videos, and you guys should know this by now, but this is the same as the J1 2016, and it's also the same device as the Galaxy Amp Prime for Cricket. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. And you can see, bam, about the same there. So performance, it can hang in there on the Express Prime, but I think day in and day out, the ZTE Zmax 2 just feels like the more quick experience. And you can see it did load the Apigee quicker as well. So scrolling through just the general tasking in here, you could see, it does that stuff. let's go into Instagram, the older Instagram and the newer Instagram. And let's go back out. And then let's do like a little bit of a multitasking speed. You can see very similar here. Although the Samsung does offer their own little animation, you can see it kind of flies in. Nothing too big. Only, people are looking for details will notice. You can see going in, the ZTE Zmax 2 does go in. So overall, I hope this, test was conclusive in helping you to decide which of these devices to go with overall, either the ZTE Zmax 2 or the Samsung Galaxy Express 3. Like I say, in my personal opinion, but this is just me, the ZTE Zmax 2 for the same price point offers much more value than the Express 3. Now don't be fooled by that AMOLED screen. On camera it looks pretty good, through the lens here. Hello. But in real life it's not super sharp up close. You could see the jagged edges. So anyways, I hope this helped you out, and click the like button for me if you enjoyed this video. And I want to know, which device would you choose of these two down below in the comments, and let's get in a chat about that. And I will catch you all in the next episode. Be sure to be well, and peace.